So, how do you develop positive mindset habits that will keep your business moving forward? That's what we're going to talk about today. I've got 8 different tips for you. 8, right? 8. Yep, 8 different tips for you to be able to help keep moving your business forward and developing these mindset habits, these positive mindset habits. I am Debbie Dunford. Welcome. This is your daily dose of awesome today, and this is your 15 or so minutes of education and inspiration and motivation to get your day started right and continue throughout the week, right? Zoe, awesome. Zoe is here, or Zoe, not sure how you say your name. Sorry if I say it wrong. And that goes for all of you, but I think I can see comments now this time, guys. Yay! Okay, so drop me in the comments and we'll test it out. Drop me, let me know where you're coming in from. Might see a few Vegas folks. And let me know if you're coming to NES, okay? Put those 2 things in the comments. Yay, I'm seeing comments. Okay, Melanie from New York. Jamel, hey, how are you? California, great. Okay, awesome. We're getting our comments back. That's great. It's frustrating when you can't see the comments because I want to interact. I want this to be a good, positive experience where we can learn and grow together. And so I'm glad that we can see the comments today. So yeah, we're talking about how to develop positive mindset habits that will keep your business moving progressively forward, okay? Becky's on, Mary's on. Awesome. Great to have you guys here. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be at NES. I'd like to see how many people here are going to be able to go to NES this weekend. So excited. Hello from North Carolina. Nadia is. David is. He's my ride. So excited. That's my hubby. So yeah, we're leaving later today. We're excited. So first things first. What is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset? Have you ever, raise your hand in the comments, like put that little hand emoji, if you've ever even heard those expressions or those terms, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. What fixed mindset and growth mindset is really, think of what it sounds like, right? Oh, Shayla's coming, yay, me, awesome. Hey, Chuck. So, and Judy from San Antonio, sweet, thanks so much for being here, guys. I know a lot of people are traveling, so we're going to take who we can get. I've not heard those terms before. Okay, Becky, so that's great. Let me explain what those are, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. What a fixed mindset is the idea that you can't learn and grow, you can't change, like you just kind of are what you are. You have your fixed traits, you have your fixed ability kind of to learn, and that's... this little emoji, love this little more emoji. Okay, awesome. So what a growth mindset is, you guys are here because you have a growth mindset. You realize that we all have the capability and the opportunity to learn and grow. Like we're not stuck with certain character traits. We're not stuck with how we were just born, right? It's that you can learn and grow and progress and change throughout your life. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And those mindset things that we're going to talk about today are all growth mindset things that can, having those positive mindsets will really help you to grow. And cool thing is, those of you that are going to be at NES, these can really, you can apply these things this weekend because this is all about learning and growing. And that's what this weekend is all about for you NESers. And if you're not going to NES, it still applies to you because you're going to be able to utilize the things in Elite Marketing Pro and in your back office and all those trainings and things. You can apply these 8, not topics, these 8 guidelines, I guess, to what you're doing inside Elite Marketing Pro. So don't feel like you have to be to NES to be able to implement. That's the word I'm looking for. Implement these. So starting off, first things first, acknowledge and embrace your weaknesses, okay? And view your challenges as opportunities, okay? I've talked about that before. I'm going to talk about it probably forever. And I think probably because I've done the most growing in this area, I feel like, being okay with my weaknesses, accepting them and growing from them and not feeling like they're keeping me down. viewing it as a learning opportunity. Because, if we're comfortable, if we stay comfortable, then we're not going to be able to have those opportunities won't come to us to be able to learn and grow and change. So like this weekend at NES, there's going to be so much information blown at you, kind of like a fire hose, right? That's okay. Be uncomfortable. If you're going to the workshop, ask questions, get outside your comfort zone, and acknowledge, and that's acknowledging, if you're asking questions, you're acknowledging that you don't quite understand everything, and that is okay. Okay, that is allowing yourself the opportunity to embrace those weaknesses and get out of your comfort zone and be able to learn and grow and progress. Okay, so the second thing is know your learning style and use the most effective learning strategies for you. So if you are somebody that is a visual learner or somebody that is more of a gotta read it kind of learner, take what you can. And, because in the back office with your different trainings, there are a lot of times there are the scripts or the slides that go along with it. And so you can read through those. If you're a visual learner, a lot of times there's, or an auditory learner, there's, it's being recorded or it's recorded. So you're listening and you can see what's on the screen, so make sure you understand what way, really think about what way you learn best. And then utilize that so that you can help your brain to learn and grow and change, because your brain actually can change. Did you know that? Your brain can grow and create synapses, and you can retrain your brain, you can reorganize it. So it's such an amazing organ, right? So make sure to utilize that by knowing your best learning strategies, and then find ways to make sure you can learn that way, and you'll be able to retain things better. The third thing is focus on your process of learning rather than the end result of the learning, and also with that, focus on your purpose as well. Hey Rebecca, thanks for hopping on. And before I go, I feel like I've kind of thrown a lot of information at you a little bit with the fire hose a little bit. So put down in the comments, I want to make sure we're together on this, we're on the same page. So put in the comments one thing that has stuck out to you so far, making sure you're getting what I'm trying to say. So that would be really helpful. Just put something in the comments that you're getting so far, that one takeaway that you've gotten so far in what we've talked about. And I'll keep going while those are coming in. So, Ray is also here. Awesome. Nice to see you. Nice to have you on here. So focusing on your process of learning and the purpose for what you're doing. Enjoying the learning process can help you to be able to more fully get out of the learning experience than if you're hating it. I think it's an attitude thing, right? So if you're watching the training and you're, this is so boring, and you just don't want to do it, you're not going to get as much out of it. You're kind of putting up a block, right, in your brain to not be as receptive. You're not going to learn as much. So if you are enjoying the learning process and choose to have a positive attitude, even if things go long, like at NES, if the day goes long, that's okay. Look at it as an opportunity for more learning and more growth. Okay, let's see what some people are saying. Okay, Jules, awesome. Some thumbs up. Awesome. Playing full out, Ray says, will get maximum benefits. Absolutely. Playing full out, you're going to get full in, right? And I've had some training experiences being a mentor here inside the community, and we've had some of our trainings, one in particular week that I went, we had day-long trainings. And how long were the days? Sometimes, we'd start at 9 in the morning, and sometimes we didn't end until 8 at night. So we had an 11-hour training day with a lunch break, But honestly, I loved it. And I don't know that my brain could have kept going. It's a lot to learn, but me, it is exciting for me to go and to learn these things to help improve myself. you know, one person was saying, okay, at 6 o'clock, we're going to have dinner. And I'm like, no, we got to keep going because I only get 4 days of this, you know? So it was exciting for me, and I learned a ton and I loved it. And so having that kind of attitude, if you're at a workshop or if you're at a conference or something like this weekend, or if you're looking at your back office and thinking, oh, there's so many trainings, look at it as a learning opportunity and an exciting thing. And then you'll be able to retain more and learn more and enjoy the process more. Let's see. Okay, so David says, it's possible to change and become better and more knowledgeable than I am today. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Shayla says, definitely need to work on loving the learning process. Well, and you know what? Becoming aware that that is something you can do is the first step. So awesome job on being aware that, hey, yeah, I could improve on this, because that's your first step in being able to change, right? Anne says, hey, Alaska in the house. Awesome. Via Las Vegas. Sweet. Okay. If you are at No Excuses, please come say hi to me. I would love to get to meet in person as many of you as I can. I'd love, love, love that. So please come find me and say hi. Becky says, enjoy the learning process is definitely me. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so the fourth thing, I didn't really touch on the purpose side of that. Making sure you have that deep purpose for why you're doing what you're doing, what your purpose is, that deep purpose, definitely, and having the grit is going to keep me moving forward, because sometimes the things that you have to do and the things that you have to learn are harder, and your brain wants to keep itself safe, and so it gets uncomfortable. It's tiring, literally tiring for your brain to try and learn new things. So what's going to keep you moving forward? That deep purpose, that sense of purpose for your purpose for doing your business. That is super important to help keep you moving forward and not quit. Okay, so got some more coming in. And says, I'm so excited to learn when it's something I'm interested in or when it's something that intrigues me. Yep, awesome. Okay, and David says, great point that learning can be exciting. We can love the learning and growing process. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for your comments. Again, just want to make sure that we're on the same page, that you're picking up what I'm putting down, and we can keep moving forward. So keep those coming in. That helps me a lot. Thank you. So, okay, so the fourth thing is choose learning well over learning fast. That's another thing, like, especially as entrepreneurs and in our like microwave society, we want everything we want to learn now. We want to learn everything today and go through our entire back office today so that tomorrow we can earn $6,000, okay? That's not how it works. Sorry to tell you that. It's not how it works. With learning, you've got to accept that it's better to learn it really well than to rush through it and learn quickly. Which one do you think you're going to retain more? Like, which one makes more sense? Obviously, you're going to retain more if you're focusing on the process of learning, you're taking the time to really learn it, and then moving on, okay? Shayla, yes, love that. Okay, awesome. So cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some time to get through the back office. It's not going to happen in a week or a day. I think that's what I was trying to do. Like, in the next 2 weeks, I want to get through my entire back office when I first started. Not possible. I homeschooled. We're done now with this year, but I homeschool and I'm a mom of 4 boys. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't a reasonable expectation for myself. So cut yourself some slack. Anne Marie, I love that. Rinse and repeat. Sweet. Okay, so fifth thing is, a need for improvement does not mean that you're a failure. This is something else that I've talked about a lot and will continue to. Again, because I feel like this is something that hits home for me quite a bit, that, and I don't know that I even realized that I had such a problem, I guess, with this, like feeling like a failure and getting down on myself. But that's not it. And that's where I'm learning and continuing to learn, is that failing is okay. Failing's totally fine and actually necessary. And also it allows you to be on the right track. You're just not quite there yet, okay? So we've talked about that a lot. I don't feel like I need to hound on that much, but just having a need to improve does not mean that you're a failure, okay? Improvement is a great thing. Let's see. Okay, Ray says, if you've not gone into the back office for a few months, like 6 months, do you recommend starting over? I think that depends on you and what you've retained. You know, I know I've gone over videos again if I can't quite remember it, because you're always going to get something new out of it. So it's never a bad thing to go through it, because you're going to get more out of it, right? And from when you first watched a video till now, if you go back and watch one, you're probably going to understand more than you did, because you've already grown for the last 6 months, right? So since you've grown for those last 6 months and learned and learned and learned, if you go back, you'll probably understand and the specific training that you're thinking of or whatnot even more, because it'll fit more. Like your brain, you've already retrained your brain some, so it'll fit better into your new trained brain, right? So that's up to you. I mean, it's never a bad thing to continue to learn. And if that's something that you feel like would really be helpful for you, with where you're at and your purpose and what things you're trying to accomplish, that's the only thing I would suggest, is make sure that it's in alignment with what you're working on right now. So if it's about, I mean, obviously this is kind of a no-duh example, but if it's on creating your Page Creator Pro and you've already done that, then that's not in alignment. That's not what you're working on. But if you're working on ad copy or figuring out your metrics and understanding those better, then yeah, go back to the training on Know Your Metrics. So just make sure it's in alignment, because they're there. They're always going to be there. You just don't want to slide off the path, right, to shiny objects. You just want to make sure you're on track. Let's see. Julie says, arg the back office 6 weeks now. Yeah, and that's okay. Cut yourself some slack, Jill. Like, you'll get there. Thanks for the motivation of reality. Oh, good. Ray says, failure is part of success. Absolutely. And Anne-Marie says, me too. I tried, but then I realized I needed to slow my roll. Yep. Just gotta slow down. Like, we're all about, let's get this done, but we gotta slow down. Gotta be realistic and reasonable with ourselves. Ray, great value. Thank you. Awesome. Great. Okay, so I tried going through my back office in 2 weeks, but realized I needed to slow. Okay, so yeah, that was posted again. Yeah. 2 weeks, not gonna cut it. It takes a lot longer. Plus, again, what's the purpose of the back office? To help you learn. So you're learning different pieces. It's like trying to go through an entire year of college in 2 weeks or in a month. You've got to pace yourself and do the learning well instead of learning fast. Okay, the sixth thing is learn from the mistakes of others. Everybody in the community has made mistakes. Every single person. And nobody's broken the Facebooks, as Kurt Melly calls it, the Facebooks. I love it. Nobody's broken it yet. You're not going to break it. Mistakes are okay. And learn from our mistakes. That's what this community is all about. People are able to come and answer questions inside the groups and inside the communities, in part because they've learned and grown and made mistakes along the way, so they can come, here's this. I've even answered questions and somebody comes and answers it a little more clearly. I'm like, okay, I just learned that. So even the answers don't have to be perfect, right? It's just you're working and doing your best. Jamil says, I agree. It's great to refresh and go back. That's how we understand better. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so then the seventh thing is reflect on your learning every day. Now, we've talked about evaluation, and that's definitely part of it, but what I'm talking about is maybe take it in a different approach, but making bullet points of things. I learned this, like 2 or 3 things that really stood out to you that you learned that day, so that writing it down is going to solidify it in your brain even more, right? So kind of like a journal, through, 2, 3 little bullet points. And that could be along the lines with your evaluation, or it could be a separate kind of evaluation of what did I learn today, what worked about what I learned. But evaluating as you're going along, super, super important and effective. And then the last thing, the 8th thing, is never stop learning, okay? As soon as you learn one thing, set a goal for something new to learn and accomplish. And again, one thing that's specific. It's not set, once you've accomplished 10 things, set 10 new goals for learning. One thing. Take the learning well over learning fast, and set reasonable expectations for yourself, one step at a time. So you learned this thing, okay, now learn this thing. At NES, you're going to be given tons and tons of information and lots of new ideas of how to do things and how to implement them in your business. One thing at a time, okay? Choose one thing that will most likely align with what you're working on at the moment. Don't try to do all of them as soon as you get home, okay? One thing at a time, and get that down, and then implement. You know, that's why you take notes at NES, or you can get the recordings and be able to go over those. But that's, again, just give yourself reasonable expectations, and then you'll get more out of it. Okay, Anne-Marie says it helps to make it more realistic to know everyone's human and to learn from others' mistakes, even the big dogs. Yep, absolutely. Small steps, brick by brick. You got it, Anne-Marie. Perfect. You've got it. Absolutely. So that is your DDOA for today. So grateful for you guys for being here, especially if you're traveling. I know it's a big travel day for NES. A lot of people already at NES working on things, working hard to get things set up and ready for everybody. So again, if you're going to be there, come say hi. I'm excited to meet you. Oh, Anne-Marie, great. I'm glad that you had some great value. Go ahead and put some hearts or likes if this was something that was valuable for you, that you appreciated, that you'll be able to maybe implement. And join the DDOA tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. And not sure on Friday, I don't know if they're going to have people come like do part of NES as your DDOA, so that'll be interesting to see. So you can check that out on Friday, and we will see you. Some of you at NES, have a fantastic rest of your day, and make sure to give yourself some slack. Learn well rather than learn fast. Your brain can grow, and you can do this. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you. Thanks, Chuck. Awesome, Ruth. Got some great value. Okay, awesome. Have a great one. We'll see you later. Bye.